So let's talk about what this genius is. So genius is something that is just a connection to your soul. That is your soul connection. That is you being fully yourself. Another way of putting it is allowing the whole of who you are to run through you in each moment. That is when we feel the most satisfied. That is when we feel at the most ease. Because we are truly connecting to the essence of who we are. We are filling that gap between who we've been being, or who we're being right now, and who we really are. And you can tell where you're at on that scale by how happy you feel. Happiness is like your Wi-Fi. It tells you how connected, how strong your connection is between you and your soul, which is your genius. That is what we see as genius. So when you see people like Marilyn Monroe, Martin Luther King, Jimi Hendrix, Michael Jordan, they all have that sense of that energy, right? Where they just flow, where they have that attractive magnetic energy that attracts you to them. They were geniuses because they chose to follow their soul. They looked within and said, screw all the other standards. That doesn't align with me. I'm about to make some new standards. And that is what they call believing to see instead of seeing to believe. That is living a soul-led life. That is authenticity. And authenticity is the name of the game. If you want success, abundance, fulfillment, happiness, a life that you don't have to run from and hide from every day, that you need a vacation from, authenticity is key. Because law of attraction is showing you who you're being in each moment. That is all it's showing. So wouldn't it be easier just to follow your impulses, to start being fully yourself, and therefore attracting the life that matches you fully, that feels good to you like a glove, rather than trying to match standards that you don't agree with, that you don't really want? Trying to get people to like you, because that energy you're putting out is attracting things that aren't aligned with you, because you're not being fully yourself. That is why it's so crucial to tune in to your genius, to tune in to who you really are. That's when life gets fun and easy. That's when you start to live in the new paradigm. And we'll talk more about that later in comparing the two. But I just want you to fully understand what it means to live through your genius. From here on out, when we start saying the soul and all that, but that is genius. That is what we see as genius. I think of all those people that changed history. People thought they were crazy at first. The world is round, Earth is round, what? Think of all the times where people got, scrutinized for being crazy when they set a new standard. They set a new belief system out there. Because that is all of reality is made up of. We create our reality. Our reality, our outer reality, is an extension of who we are. It is showing us as a mirror of who we are being in each moment. It is there to teach us, give us that physical evidence and physical feedback to pivot, to realign, to decide what we do prefer and what we don't prefer. And when we start to operate in knowing that, we step into our power, because then we begin to choose. Choosing is our power. That is our freedom. We can choose the beliefs that we want to believe in. We can choose the way our reality is set up, how it works for us. Every aspect of our life. We choose who we want to be in each moment. We always have a choice. But we oftentimes forget that because we get so into our minds and we allow our thoughts to think us. And the key to being present and in alignment, soul-led, is being in that place where you're outside of the mind. You're observing the mind, but you're following the impulses. And it's a weird way of operating at first, because it almost feels like you're not trying. It's too easy. Like you're not taking it seriously enough. You know, it's again, following an impulse is really just like when you have to go to the bathroom. You have an impulse to go to the bathroom, so you go. You get hungry, you have an impulse to eat. You're thirsty, you have an impulse to drink. That is the same way we follow impulses from our soul. And the more you do it, the more you learn how to trust, and it becomes natural and preferred to operate from that. It's about getting your mind on board, and that takes some time. It's about creating a new normal. But that is what this program is all about. We are creating a new normal of living authentically, following your impulses and choosing the easier path, your path of least resistance, instead of continuing to beating the drum of a life that you don't align with, trying to fit into standards that aren't you, stepping out of that box of who you think you are and stepping into that limitless possibility reality of who you really are and who you're continuing to be. So throughout this course, I'm going to give you the tools to start getting in tune with your soul, laying the foundation of what you need to start living a soul-led life. Because when you lay a solid foundation with these tools, everything becomes much easier. So speaking from personal, experience, everything I've learned from other coaches and books and from my spirit guides, I'm condensing this into an easy foundational process for you to start tuning in to who you really are. Because that is truly the key. When you nail these basics down, I'm giving you the tools to start creating the life that you deserve, that is aligned for you. And that comes from being connected and aligned. Confidence is alignment. Clarity is alignment. So this is the key. So let's tune in.